What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Shinigami, and I'm finally making the video I said I was gonna make a long time ago. So originally I wanted to make a video when the Barbarian event came out because there was something very peculiar the first 2 days. If you recall, the first day, or the first and the second day the event was released, the wounded was equivalent to a PvP. The amount of wounded you would get is equivalent to how much you would get from a PvP battle. It was upwards of 200, 300,000 if you did not win, or you weren't strong enough to defeat the castle. And the next day, they patched that where your wounded are reduced significantly. But what they left for the remainder of that event was the fact that if you were to go and look at your reports, which doesn't apply now, by the way, but if you would look at the report, you would get reduced wounded. But if you go over and go to the battle details, you will see that you actually lost the real amount. And again, this doesn't apply here, but it used to be that you would lose 10,000 troops, for example, you have 10,000 wounded, but if you go into the battle details, you would see that you actually lost 300 or 400,000 troops, etc., which is the equivalent of the PvP battle mechanics. So I actually wanted to show that originally in the video, and because I think it's a great opportunity for players who don't PvP as often. They can probably test their attacks, etc., on the Barbarians and see how they would do as a PvP simulator, if you will. It will show you real results, but you won't really actually have to lose that much to gain that insight. Let's just call it that. But unfortunately, they just patched it and it never came back after that. So that was sad, to say the least. But today's video is going to be about the actual Barbarian event and why you should actually try to participate. And there are quite a few tips that I want to give you guys and a few reasons to play it if you haven't been playing it. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Now before we start today's video, I wanted to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, Huawei App Gallery. Huawei App Gallery offers you huge savings on your in-game purchases. It's one of the only ways that I know of, specifically for Ebony, where you can get more back for what you spend in the game. So you see the current campaign is you'll get 30% back in points on your first purchase and 10% back on every other purchase. How that equates is you would get points, and each point is equal to $1, or in this case €1. And also there are other loyalty rewards and VIP rewards. Now if you haven't already downloaded the Huawei App Gallery, I actually added a link description below. I also added a link for a complete guide on how to install and set up your Huawei App Gallery. So I actually managed to buy the All-Star Battlefield deal, one of the packs. I bought it with a discount coupon, which brought it down to a quarter of the cost, and then I was able to use a double down with that, which gave me even more value that I could have asked for. And I actually got points for that purchase, as you see, 3.48 points. I added the Discord channel link down below if you wanted to get any help with the installation or had any questions or feedback. Thank you guys for listening. With that said, let's get on with the video. So the Barbarian event, besides from being something different and nice, there's a lot of benefits to this event. Besides the castle, which is the new castle is actually pretty nice. Now you see it's also 14 days, something like the Jade and now the Topaz. So the rewards are really nice for the top 5 specifically, and overall actually the rewards are very good. This would be one reason why you would want to actually participate in this event. The personal score is why you want to do it, because everybody can get those rewards. You don't even have to compete for it. So you see now I only have the last one, I'm almost there. So those are huge. The bronze starts with 4,000 gems and a bunch of other stuff, some 100 refined stones, and it just keeps nearly doubling in gems. See, 12,000, 16,000, 20,000, 24 to 40,000. So this is actually great, especially if you're trying to get gems. You have about 10 days to complete this. Now, some of you might have tried and weren't able to actually either rank or were unable to actually collect that many points. And the key to that is it's a team play, but not exactly. And what I mean by that is you must have seen a bunch of guys huddling together trying to rally a castle and occupy it. But there are 10 chances per day. So the more points you can get with less chances, the better. So what I recommend is you try to hit at least level 4. You can forget about level 1, level 2, and level 3. At least level 4 or level 5. I personally only do level 5. I can do most of them solo. I know a lot of players can't, but level 5 and level 4 give the highest points. If you are unable to clear a level 4 by yourself, you can wait for one of your teammates to clear one, and then you can occupy it, because that way you can still get points. So I will show you here how to read it. This is a level 5, total power 314, highest power required for occupying 124, lowest power required for occupying 41, which means if you have March power less than 41.4 million, you will not be able to occupy this. Your march will return. The highest power required means that 124 million is the cap for the march size. Doesn't mean that you cannot send more troops. No, you can, but that's the highest required to get the most amount of points. Now, the same level barbarian castle can have different power, different lowest power required for occupying, highest power, etc. I would say overall 5s are doable and they're very useful. Some of them will require a rally. I would say you can go around it instead of wasting everybody's chance, because when you do rally a castle, you will use your chance and everybody else who joined that rally will use one chance. But if each one of you has managed to get 10 castles on their own and then have all 4 of you reinforce each of those 10, that would give you 40 castles overall, which means you get more points. Now, I understand that not a lot of players are able to clear a level 5 on their own, but even if it's a level 4, it's fine. The alternative is have the bigger players share. Now, it can be preemptive. I know in our alliance, when we clear a castle, we just share the coordinates to everybody, and anybody who's available will just occupy it and get points. If that's not the case on your server, you can just ask and team up with other players and work on it together. Now, there's a small thing to that. Whoever occupies Barbarian Castle first will apply their reinforcement capacity to a castle, which means there will be a cap on how many troops are sent in. So if the whole alliance sends troops in, of course they won't fit. You will be limited. But I learned this a hard way. The person who reinforces first doesn't mean who cleared it. That doesn't matter who cleared it. The person who reinforced first, their reinforcement capacity will be reflected on the barbarian castle. So keep that in mind when you play. When I said it's a team effort, it really is. It's a team effort to find, and I find myself just scrolling around to find them sometimes. But once you found a few, they seem to spawn in the same region. Once you clear a castle, if you look within 50 kilometers radius, you will find another castle of the same level or maybe smaller. I usually, there you go. There's always one around this temple, always. And once you find one and you just look around it, there's the other one, just like that. But yes, it is a team effort to find them. Oh, here's another one. Yeah, wow, that is 3. Yep, those are 3. So once you find them, it's easy. Now you just gotta kill them. So it's a group effort, and the rewards are really worth it. And hey, if you do great and you get the top 5, you get a nice castle for a couple weeks. And I actually like that. This is kind of a temporary castle. It kind of makes it like, why can't I keep it forever? But it's nice that it remains exclusive in a way, or limited. Something like the Ares castle from SVS. I really like this event, and I think it's nice. It sparks some healthy competition. Although yes, you can coin and you can get tokens, and you can get points for the tokens, and now they have like 3 levels, I believe. I don't have any tokens to show you, unfortunately. I use them all. They have level I think 3, 4, 5, and 6. gives you different points. It's not a whole lot of points, but it does add up if you're coining a lot. But then again, you can try for the castle every 2 weeks, and I don't know if anybody is willing to coin that much to keep a castle decoration for just 2 weeks. Um, but with that said, I guess that's all I wanted to tell you guys. Make sure you take advantage of those rewards because trust me, they do add up. You can easily get 100,000 for just participating. Besides ranking, if you rank first is 300, rank second 200, rank third 160, fourth 120. It's overall top 10 is not bad. If you place in the top 10, it's not a bad reward, and it doesn't really take that much. I use all my chances within an hour, I want to say, every day, and I just occupy 5 at a time or 6 at a time. But yeah, that's all I want to share with you guys. Some news. I am planning to start an SVS series where we will talk about SVS in detail from beginning to end. Hopefully, I don't know if there's an end, but so far I've planned about 4 parts. It's just taking me a while to get the content together and record and find the time to edit everything. But stay tuned for that. And if you have any suggestion, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.